If you're looking for a place that's pretty close to the beach, has lots of golf options, and is an affordable area, we're going to show you all about that right now. Rotonda West is in Charlotte County. It was actually originally owned by two relatives in the Vanderbilt family who sold it in 1969 to a company who developed it into what we know as Rotonda West. So if you ever see an aerial view of Florida, you're going to see this space that looks like a big wagon wheel with spokes out in different directions. That is Rotonda West, which is really cool to see, and that's actually how it was intentionally designed. Now, within that circle are 8 different subdivisions, and they're all named. We have Oakland Hills, Pebble Beach, Pinehurst, Broadmoor, Longmeadow, White Marsh, and Pine Valley. The final one is called St. Andrews, but it was not developed due to wetlands. So that is the 8th one, but it's not a developed area. Now, in the central of all of this is the central hub, and that is in the middle of the circle, and it has a playground, it has tennis courts, it has a paved walking path all the way around it. So that's a great area to be involved in the community, hang out, meet people. It also has a securely fenced storage area that is for boats or campers. Now that we've talked about the history, let's talk a little more about the actual development. So when we first were looking, we looked at a lot of homes in Rotonda West. Some of the things that we liked about it is that every house is different. This is a huge development, and the lots were sold individually. So you have multiple different developers, small builders as well. So there are different architectures, there's different colors, there's different square footage. Everything about these houses can be different. Now, there are some floor plans within the community that are the same, but it does have variety, which I think is really great. There are also still a lot of empty lots that are for sale. So some people are selling those lots. Some people intentionally bought 2 next to each other so that they have a double lot and even more space to spread out. I do feel like Rotonda the homes are a little more spacious. They don't feel like they're on top of each other. So if that's what you're looking for, this is a great option. Now, when we had a house under contract there, when we first were looking, we were not able to follow through with it because of the seller. They were in a position where they could not sell it. But what was interesting to us is that we liked that feel, kind of like that it was out a little bit. You could, walk, ride your bike forever. And so when we came back home, we were under contract. I was lying in the bed and I could not sleep. I was stressing out about this because I decided it was a little too rural for me, for what I was looking for. And so when we weren't able to buy it, it was okay. Now, ironically, we were just there about a week or 2 ago, and we're showing houses, and Andy's like, oh, I could live here. It's so nice. So it really depends on personal preference. But what to remember about Rotonda West is that it is much more of a rural area than where we live here on Venice Island. So we're not 1 mile from a bunch of restaurants and a bunch of stores. You're not too far away. You're going to be within 10 minutes of Walmart and Starbucks and a few restaurants, but it is definitely just a big community area with lots of houses, and that's how it was designed. There is no commercial inside of it. There are 2 schools adjacent to it. That would be the middle school that the children in there would attend, as well as the elementary school, but even those are located outside of the circle. If you're wondering about the high school, Rotonda West is in Charlotte County, so the high school that you would attend or your children would attend would be Lemon Bay, which is right there in Englewood and not that far at all from the Rotonda West city. Now, in Rotonda West, there are 5 different golf courses. And there's also a lot of waterways. So some of these waterways are going to be big enough that you might have a pontoon there. Some are more like oversized ditches that right now, where it's so dry here, they're dry. And others are the perfect size for taking a kayak out, letting you have a water view, or even a separation from the neighbors. Speaking of that, because of the 5 golf courses, some of the houses actually have a golf course in the background. That was the house that we were looking at. Others also have just a neighbor behind them. So there's lots of variety within Rotonda West itself of what could be behind your house or near it. The beaches are not that far away. You're talking 15, 20 minutes, and that's going to be Englewood Beach. The beaches on Manasota Key, which would include Stump Pass, Boca Grande. Those are all going to be a short drive, 15 to 20 minutes, which is great because you can still enjoy the beaches whenever you want. You're not too far away. And again, if you love to golf, with 5 golf courses just within that Rotonda West area, it is a great place to be if you want to be on or near a golf course. In addition to having a variety of different kinds of homes in Rotonda, so it's not the cookie cutter if you don't want that. And again, the golf courses and the beaches close by, even with all of that, it's actually one of the more economical places to live. So if you're starting at Sarasota, it's more expensive. And as you go down, Venice is a little less and Inglewood's a little less. And then when we get to Rotonda West, it's even a little less than that. So you're looking at a 3-bedroom, 2-bath pool home. You can be in the $4 to $450 range and have different options. So that's great if somebody wants a little more square footage or a little more than they can afford in other areas, but they don't want to give up things like a newer home or a golfing or the beach. It's all right there. Again, because you're in Charlotte County, you're not going to be as close to Tampa or Sarasota Airport, but you're definitely close to Fort Myers or Punta Gorda. So it's easy to hop on a plane to go on vacation or to come down here to vacation. It's not a bad drive to those airports. In terms of location, yes, I said it is a little more rural, but it's not that far from a lot of other places. So it is in between Englewood and Port Charlotte. So you're convenient to those and what they have to offer in terms of shopping, restaurants, gas stations, whatever you need there. It is also about 25 minutes from Wellen Park. And when we go there to show property, we're typically 25 to 30 minutes away from our house on a drive. Now, keep in mind, I'm giving you these times in our off season based on, a certain day, but it is not a far drive and it really is a location to consider. We've actually had a lot of people get more excited about that area because they are finding that they can get what they want in terms of price and house and still be close to the beach. It's not an area that a lot of people have heard of. It's not as well known as some of the other places, but definitely want to keep on your radar and to consider it if you're moving down here. It does have a lot of inventory for sale, which is great, and it is definitely a place worth checking out if being at the beach, being by golf, being in Southwest Florida, and having a little more of a rural feel is what you're looking for. Even if it's not on a place you're looking right now, definitely you want to check it out. If we got you interested in Rotonda West and you'd like to check out or know more about it, please feel free to contact us. Our information is in the description. If you're interested in other areas of Southwest Florida and you know that's not one for you, that's okay. Reach out to us as well. Over here, you can click on our videos to learn more about other areas, and we are happy to help you make that move into Southwest Florida.